What's poppin', aspiring pop stars? We're here at the Instagram dungeon, and we're gonna talk about the big C word everyone talks about with this game. Censorship. Now, this is a reminder to maybe people who are just joining into the series. This is a dungeon crawling episode, which means it's just gonna be me talking a lot. There's not gonna be a lot of memes. But I do have this good meme for you. It's a good one, isn't it? Really brings me back. Before diving into the heavy topic of censorship, let me give you a rundown of this dungeon. There are cameras that take pictures of you. If you get your picture taken, you get teleported back to the beginning, so you have to navigate around the cameras. It's a really cool and actually very beautiful dungeon with some awesome music. Also, I didn't get to mention it last time, but because we saw the Labyrinth cutscene concert thing, we learned the Labyrinth ad-lib, which is an attack that randomly gets triggered in battle. Kiria will sometimes just burst out in song. God, I love that song. This is a recurring move that we're going to see later on as we see more concerts. This is our first instance, and I wish they weren't randomly activated, but what can you do? So anyway, censorship. This game got censored, specifically this chapter of the game, Chapter 2. The current plot we have going on here is Tsubasa was afraid to do modeling and her photographer was possessed by demons and he kidnapped models, including our boss Maiko, who happened to be one of his old clients. This is the story outside of Japan's Wii U copy. The Wii U Japanese version was different. Instead, Maiko was a gravure model, and Tsubasa is doing gravure modeling. Gravure modelings in Japan are more sexual models. The focus is more on their bippy bops and the curvy curves and what's in between. And because this was far too sexual for Nintendo and likely the ESRB, it was changed to just normal modeling outside of Japan for the Wii U version. It's the same story and the same themes, there are just more clothes involved. That is it. But because people are terrified of the word censored, many refuse to buy this game without looking into it and realizing it's actually incredibly minor. I completely understand not wanting to support censored content, I get it, but when it's something this small, it's kind of petty to not buy it, and in the end you're just missing out on this really great game. Of course, this isn't the only place censorship exists in the game. Earlier, we had that lovely song by Tsubasa, titled Feel. In the Japanese Wii U edition, she had her pelvic bone. Outside of Japan, they took out her pelvic bone. Being attractive isn't cheap these days. How much does it cost to remove my pelvic bone? This was originally pointed out by Twitter user Saban, where they called her pelvic bones vagina bones. Hence the video title. This erupted into a huge meme, garnering thousands upon thousands of likes and retweets, and now Tokyo Mirage Sessions is synonymous with vagina bones. It's hilarious, and I think the original tweeter agrees since their profile reads, "Memes are great." Unless that's sarcasm, maybe they hate it, I don't know. I'm kind of afraid to reach out to them. I hope they're okay. There is more censored content that got cut in the game, but I'll cover them later. I did do a whole video about Tokyo Mirage Sessions, and I have an entire section dedicated to the censored content, so if you don't want to wait for me to talk about it in the series, you can go check out that video. Of course, there are going to be spoilers for later in the game in case you've never played this, but if you haven't played this, go buy this! Anyways, let me drop a meme to lighten the mood. Look at this photograph. I've seen thousands of people, okay, maybe not thousands, I've seen a lot of people speculate that this is supposed to be Celica from Fire Emblem 2 Gaiden, or Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia. But now I'm going to introduce a new speculation. I will now speculate that this is Shamir from Fire Emblem Three Houses, which didn't exist when this game was in development. Oh hey, speaking of them, here they are, the models, Celica and Shamir, hello! Alright, I need all of you to turn your ears on, I need you to open them up, and listen to this banger of a song. Also, hey, this is Toma's special RNG attack. It's not just limited to music. Toma gets to do some fun stuff from his acting gigs. Also, don't ask why 2/3 of my party is dead. Woo, Toma! One-man army! Yay! Good job, Toma! This mini-boss was not a pushover. Eyes on Me? My favorite song from the Final Fantasy franchise? A few videos back, I had my darling friend Max HP on here with me, and I talked about how we streamed the game together. But when we streamed the game together, we were not alone. Oh no, not at all. Someone else went through the stream series with us as well. And they are here with me today. Everyone wave your hands wildly and excitedly for the top 10 list creator, the gacha whale himself, and the man who will soon own several of the same figures of Camilla. TheOmniBlade, how are you doing, my friends?
Man, if only Fire Emblem actually capitalized on merchandise for their stuff.
Bro, don't you have like 6 Fire Emblem statues?
I don't even think there was that many made. At least not yet.
Tharja, Cordelia, Ike,
I definitely
Marth.
don't have those. Those ones don't even come out until next year.
Okay.
Also, I'm
That's
not a
true.
whale. Only in Feyenoord it was a whale.
You were a whale, though, back in the day.
I don't know. I wouldn't even say I was that. Well, I did spend a lot.
I was gonna say, I feel like every week you DM me saying like, oh yeah, I got everyone on the banner. I'm like, how much did you spend? And you're like, and you
I
tried
never
to
dropped more than
justify
100
it.
on a banner, that's for sure.
Oh, it's 100!
It added up to way more than 100. I definitely have not spent. After that first year, I definitely have not spent more than what I did that initial year, because that first year was bad.
Yeah. It was a year. Anyways, we're here not playing Fire Emblem Heroes. We're
God.
playing Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Do you like TMS more than Heroes?
Ooh, that's a question.
This isn't one of the 3 questions I have prepared for you. I'm just curious at this point.
More than Heroes? I mean, I don't even play Heroes daily anymore. I just don't care. I mean, I'm not paying attention to the story in either of them, and I don't know how much they fix stuff in this game, so...
Well, how about this? 5 years ago, you played Tokyo Mirage Sessions in 2016. It is now 2021. So, how do you feel about Tokyo Mirage Sessions 5 years later?
This is a game that is definitely among one of my least favorites at that time. Honestly, I just don't care anymore now. But, like, man, I could go on and on about what this game...
really hate this.
I don't have the energy to care anymore.
Wow, okay.
When this game was first announced, was it 2013?
2013 it was first announced, January
Yeah, first
27th.
announced, but they didn't show anything. They just said, hey, Fire Emblem Shin Megami Tensei crossover.
Yes.
And this was after the peak. I don't think... This is like Awakening just dropped. Everyone loves it. Persona's coming. Everyone is going to love it. Well, they don't know yet because that one took forever. But regardless, that was hype. It was legitimate hype because I was like, I'm going to get a PS4 just for Persona 5 to get into that series. And I love Fire Emblem, so it's like, this game will be great, right? And then, what was it? I think it was January 2014 Direct.
No, April 2015.
Oh, okay, yeah, they took a while. And that's when they hit us with the Snow Halation vibes coming in, because that's around the time this came out.
That's true.
Where it's like, hey, this Fire Emblem Shin Megami thing, do you think it's going to be hard, raw, gritty? Idols.
Idols just took over the world for like
J-pop.
a year.
Yeah, and so a lot of people were like, I hate this. I don't want this weeaboo crap. What is this? I want my hardcore stuff in my crossover series of 2 hardcore games. Ha 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 ha. Little did they know what was coming. And then... Here we are with this. When did this come out?
2016 in America.
July?
June. June 23rd, I believe.
June. And so, yeah. So everyone saw the idol stuff, and I Me, being a weeb in high school, I was just like, oh, I don't care. Maybe this will still be good. I mean, I don't care if that's what they're going for. If they want to go for that, I'm a weeb. I enjoy this stuff. Not really idol culture. I don't, well, VTuber is like the new age idol, basically.
Yeah, VTubers are just idols. That's all it is.
No, that's what they want to say they are, but they're literally just like, idols wish they could be as degenerate as VTubers.
Damn.
Like, idols wish they could have their humanity.
That's true. Idols wish they had the freedom.
VTubers can just be themselves. And sometimes they're degenerate, and we love it. There's that whole other debacle, which, honestly, if they did a sequel of this, I could totally see them pivoting to the VTuber angle.
Wow, that leads right into my next question. Imagine a world where this game actually got a sequel. What would you like to see in the sequel?
I honestly think the VTuber angle makes a lot of sense if they did that.
Big agree.
Because it's... I don't know how contemporary this game was with regards to addressing trends in the original, because they really just did surface level stuff. If they were to come back to this and they didn't address like the virtual stuff or do like virtual, basically make everyone tiki, like something like that. If they didn't do something like that, they're missing out on a huge opportunity to just capitalize on it's easy. You have the groundwork.
So a sequel where we can see Edelgard as a VTuber is what you're saying.
Okay, that's the other thing, is that I don't know what characters they would use.
They would definitely use the Three Lords from Three Houses. They're like, hey, Edelgard fans, look, she's a VTuber now. Dimitri fans, look, he's an idol now.
Claude, he's just chilling.
Claude's just there.
Claude's just there. I mean, you say that, but if they were to do a sequel, the big weird thing about this is the character selection is, I'll just say it, horrible. Like, why they chose these characters. Only choosing from the first FE and Awakening was, I think, a bad decision. Just because timing as well.
The big thing is it was the two most recent games they released outside of Japan. That's probably why they picked it.
And then Fates was here, it's like, sup? We're already released. No one cares about Awakening anymore. Too busy trying to fight about how bad Revelations is or whatever.
Oh, that's a mood.
It's just like... Yeah, like, this game came out several months after Fates was out. The hype was there. Corn's in Smash. Everyone's going in on Fates Mania. I mean, okay, casuals were. Diehards were like, I hate this. I hate here. I hate living. I hate existence. And then they play Conquest, and it's like, it's beautiful. It's
Fates
beautiful.
Fans were on another level. Are on another level. I still see some dedicated Fates fans out there. I'm like,
damn right, I'm still here.
Yeah, that is you. Conquest is great.
Me. I'll die on this hill if Fates is... Conquest has good gameplay. That is the hill I die on.
I love Conquest, and I will not be one to trash it. Well, since we have now established that Tokyo Mirage Sessions 2 is just going to have Edelgard as a VTuber.
Daddy Sigurd, I don't know what characters they picked from.
Echoes. They gotta do Shadows of Valentia. They never represent
Here
them.
is my thing. Okay. I could easily choose the better roster with the characters and cast they were going for here. Chrom is Itsuki, that's fine. I think Sita, Tsubasa, that's fine. Toma, Kane, no one cares about Kane. They could have made that...
Kane is a really weird pick, I won't lie, but it makes sense later.
It makes sense later why they went for Kane, but I think they could have done Sigurd Sella for the same dynamic.
They could have definitely picked someone else. I agree. Anyway, my final question for you. Do you think you'll ever try this game again?
Not unless I get paid a hell of a million for if I'm like, listen, we're going down this path of Atlas games because I want to talk about Atlas on my channel or something.
You become this huge Atlas tuber, you have to replay this game.
You're still early on. I can't talk about the things this game does. I can't talk about how this game just disappointed me.
Are you just talking about like the final 2 chapters, basically?
I think the dungeon design of this game... Okay, there's like 2 types of dungeons that exist in Atlas Mentality. And that's everything pre-Persona 5 and then everything after.
Are you saying Tokyo Mirage Sessions has bad dungeons? Because I will fight you on that one.
Yes, they're so boring and repetitive.
They are not boring.
The maid dungeon... You did the maid dungeon previously.
The maid dungeon is unique because it has goddamn maids. Look at... This is like one of the prettiest dungeons I've ever seen. This is prettier than any Persona 5 dungeon.
I think the design is just very archaic. It didn't help I was playing this on a really, like, a monitor that cut out some of my stuff. So in a later dungeon, there's a part where they show, like, numbers at the top.
Oh my
thing.
god, that's what
And
you're angry about?
Straight up, I couldn't see them, so I was like, damn, that sucks for me.
Oh my god. that's like literally my favorite dungeon in the game. I want you to know that.
I just remember that one being so long. I think the other thing, these dungeons are very, very long, and you don't really have a way to break them up. Like, you just gotta do it.
I would argue that TMS has really short dungeons compared to, like, SMT.
Well, you're saying this as you're playing the Switch version. You gotta remember, I played Wii U, where sessions were not abbreviated.
That's fair, you got me there. So you'll never play it again unless you become a dedicated Atlas tuber? That's what we're getting at? What if I pay you $10? What if I give you $10?
10 is... Maybe if you multiply that by 100, you'll have my attention.
Okay, I'll give you $10.10.
I said 100 times, not 1%.
So basically the same thing.
My goodness.
Actually, you know what? What would you give this game out of 10? Because Max still says it's 6 out of 10.
To not make people too mad, because I'll give it a 5.
Oh, 5. Okay. We're all about welcoming other opinions here on the Mamodxx channel, Omni. I am not gonna yell at you for having an opinion, but you're wrong. But I'm not gonna yell at you. I appreciate your opinion, and I'm happy you're here, Omni. And, you know, without Tokyo Mirage Sessions, where would we be today? You and I mean, our friendship, we wouldn't exist. You would never talk to me.
It's definitely the best thing that came out of this game, considering it didn't come from the game itself.
Wow. Thank you for joining me, Omni. You're a wonderful friend, and I'm glad that you played Tokyo Mirage Sessions by my recommendation back in 2016, and look at where we are here. 5 years later, still playing Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
I'll leave you on this. If TMS2, if it ever exists, does VTuber stuff, I will play it to satiate my curiosity to see how well or awfully they botch it if they don't do it well.
Well, that's good to know. Well, thanks for coming on again.
It was a pleasure to be here to say things about my old sleep paralysis demon.
Thanks for being so positive. Goodbye, Omni. This dude is obsessed with taking pictures of our queen, Maiko. I wonder if she'd open an OnlyFans after this. Also, I'm really curious which Mirage is possessing our good boy, Horinozawa. I can never pronounce his name.
I'm poing to groove it to you.
Oh my god, Crom and company sacrificed themselves for us. Oh my god, Maiko! Oh, never mind, they're okay. Maiko's kidnapped. There's a Mirage on the loose. All of Shibuya's sad. But you know what? Let's take a break and go see a concert. Thanks, David Bowie. Oh, hey, it's Hatanaka again. Good to see you, buddy. Hatanaka actually enlightens the group on how Horinozawa and Maiko were rumored to be lovers. Ooh, the tea is spicy. And when they were lovers, they shot a very iconic photo book, My Complex. And considering she was a risque model in the Japanese version, this photo book must be... At least it gave Tsubasa courage in modeling. Back to the Instagram dungeon. Tsubasa's got style! Damn! This Mirage must be someone from Fire Emblem who just loves pictures, who loves models. It must be... Gangrel? Gangrel finally got drip! Look at him! I have no idea why they made Gangrel look like this, but I'm so here for it. Gangrel being this guy's Mirage doesn't make a lot of sense to me again. I don't know if I'm missing something. I played Awakening like 8 times, and I still can't make the connection. This man is all about calling in reinforcements, and I'd say he's one of the hardest bosses in the game. Every Shin Megami Tensei game has a really hard fight relatively near the beginning. Matador for Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, and Minotaur for Shin Megami Tensei 4. Gangrel is that boss for Tokyo Mirage Sessions. He definitely roadblocked me hard in my original playthrough, but now I can get through him pretty easily. I hope I don't regret those words. Thankfully, I didn't regret those words. Maiko wakes up from her mini coma only to find out that her co-workers look through her porn shoot. Oh, that's an awakening.
いいぞ、オリバ君。
Thank you very much.
This is Eleanor Yumizuru, or Ellie for short. She's an idol obsessed with Hollywood. She's half European, and the game loves to slam that in your face. And she's the archer of the team. You'll see that next time, though. With another Mirage attack taken care of, and a new companion and their crew, Itsuki and friends continue to go about their normal superstar lives while trying to find the culprit behind these Mirage attacks.
Suitsuki, how did you like that pose? Ha 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 ha. What? You think Tuma's the only one who can give you a hard time?
He didn't even respond! Come on, bro!